Hello, listeners, and thanks for tuning into this edition of our MetriSight podcast. I'm Beth Schultz. I'm the Vice President of Research and Principal Analyst at Metrigy. And with me today is Erwin Lazar, who is our President and Principal Workplace Collaboration Analyst. And today we'll be sharing the winners of our 2025 Workplace Collaboration MetriStars in the UCaaS and video conferencing system spaces. So, Erwin, I think a good place to start is just to give an overview of the MetriStar program, just in case some listeners don't know what the program is. So why don't you go ahead and start us off there?
So MetriStar is a program we've run now for a number of years here at Metrigy, and it's designed to provide insight into which vendors in the spaces that we cover are providing superior customer service and customer sentiment, meaning how do their customers rate them? So the ones that are rated highly by their customers, we want to recognize those. We also want to look at vendors who are providing demonstrable business success to their customers. And we use a variety of different metrics to calculate business success. We'll talk about the ones that we use here in the workplace collaboration area. We've published MetriStars in the customer experience space. We published those a few months ago. And then here we're talking about our workplace collaboration MetriStars. And I think the really important thing to think about when you look at the MetriStars is this isn't our opinion. We're not evaluating vendors and saying, hey, we think vendor X has the best solution or vendor B is the strongest in the market. These are solely based on what customers of these vendors tell us. So in the particular study that we'll talk about here, our workplace collaboration MetriStar, we gathered data from I think it was roughly 800 end user organizations where we asked them to rate their providers in a number of different categories, looking at things like technical support, innovation, AI, value, bang for the buck, security, implementation, and ease of implementation, and so on. So we asked them to rate their providers on a 1 to 10 scale. And then we also asked them, did you achieve any demonstrable benefits from an ROI perspective since you've implemented this vendor? So in the workplace collaboration space, we're typically looking at, did they save any money? Did they achieve any revenue increase through more effective communication and collaboration? Or I should say, did they achieve a productivity benefit? Maybe they shortened meetings. Maybe people were able to get the information they needed more quickly, having better collaboration experiences. So, again, looking at which vendors had their customers achieve the highest business success, coupled with which vendors were rated most highly by their customers. So again, very much a customer-centric view of the world.
And in order to be designated top provider, you have to do well on both of those, right? But then we also give out a top customer sentiment award winner and a top business success award winner, correct?
Yeah, so the top providers, the MetriStar winners, are ones that were overall at or above average in how their customers view them and the customer sentiment scores, and were at or above average in how customers achieved benefit across cost savings, revenue increase, and or productivity gains. So the MetriStar winners are the ones that achieved a higher score in both of those areas. We also recognize those vendors. In some cases, we have vendors who maybe they achieved a really high customer sentiment score, but they weren't as strong on the business success, or vice versa.
As you mentioned, this is not the first year we've done MetriStar. We've done it for a few years now. So what's different about this year's program compared to last year's program in terms of the categories that we're recognizing?
Yeah, I think the biggest change is that last year we had separate categories for team collaboration as well as meeting applications. And what we've seen is that the marketplace has really consolidated those into that broader unified communications as a service. UCaaS, as we used the term earlier. And so it really doesn't make sense to separate out meeting apps and messaging apps because people, for the most part, not always, but for the most part, don't really buy those apps as a standalone. So it's hard for somebody to say, hey, we achieved cost savings by using, I'll pick on Microsoft Teams only from the messaging component, but not from the rest of what Teams brings to the table. So, again, there are still standalone vendors in both of those spaces, but we really felt to have an accurate award, it made sense to combine those and merge those into UCaaS and just have an overall UCaaS award. And the way we define UCaaS, I know this comes up a lot, is they have to have a calling. So it has to, at a minimum, have calling, but then they may or may not also have capabilities like meetings, messaging, events, even other embedded applications, document task management. We start to see in the UCaaS space as well. But typically, most UCaaS vendors have at a minimum calling, meetings, and messaging at this point.
Okay, so enough background. Let's go ahead and get into the winners. Erwin, tell us who won for UCaaS and then why did they win?
Sure. So the MetriStar Award winners for 2025 for UCaaS are, drumroll,
Mhm.
Cisco for their WebEx offering, RingCentral, and Zoom. Those are our top three overall providers. Cisco RingCentral are above average in every category that their customers rated them in. Zoom was really close, all but one. The business success metrics where they had to have a minimum improvement of 14.9% of revenue, a cost reduction of 25.8%. And we actually saw really strong productivity gains of roughly 37%. So all the MetriStar vendors, again, Cisco, RingCentral, and Zoom, were either at or above in those areas. We did also see two vendors, Go2 and Verizon, that were very highly rated by their customers, but didn't score as well in the business success side. So we recognize those for having a high customer sentiment. And then on the flip side, we saw Google having very high business success, but not as highly rated by their customers in terms of sentiment. Congratulations to Cisco, RingCentral, and Zoom as our 2025 Unified Communications as a Service MetriStar Award winners.
Excellent. Now, what about video conferencing?
Yeah, so on the video conferencing side, we looked at video conferencing systems. So these could include BYOD type systems. They could include complete room systems. At the top, we recognize three MetriStar Award winners within the video conferencing space: Cisco, HP, and Lenovo. And so those three, all Cisco and HP, were either at or above average in every customer sentiment area. Lenovo was at above average in most. Business success, on average, companies who adopted these vendors recognized a 15% improvement in revenue. Typically, that's going to be through more effective meetings, better use of video. They reduced their operating costs by 15.7%, again, through simplified operations, and achieved, on average, a measured gain in productivity of about 20.5%. That productivity could come from faster start to meetings, more effective meetings, better ability to capture people within the meeting rooms, and so on. In the video conferencing systems area, we did not have any vendors who only scored high in sentiment or only scored high in business success. So we're recognizing Cisco, HP, and Lenovo as our MetriStar Award winners for the video conferencing space for 2025.
Great, and congratulations to all of those winners for both UCaaS and video conferencing systems. Erwin, anything else you want to share with us, the audience, about the MetriStar program and, kind of overall where it fits into all of our MetriCast research?
Yeah, so our MetriCast research is our market forecasting service. We cover the workplace collaboration and customer experience, customer engagement spaces. So that includes workplace collaboration. We publish a number of reports on the UCaaS space, as well as on in our MetriCast overall forecast report, which we're getting ready to release, our 2025 one shortly. We covered things like enterprise session border controllers, headsets. We mentioned video conferencing systems, UCaaS, on-prem calling platforms, phones. So we cover a variety of different areas within that. And there we're looking at what's happening within the vendors. Are people leaving, moving to different vendors? And what are their spending plans over time? And how do we expect those to change? On the contact center side or customer experience, we cover things like contact center platforms, chatbot platforms, CRM, agent assist, voice of the customer. So a variety of different technologies we cover there as well. So we invite you to come to our website at metrigy.com. And if you click on the research tab on the top, it'll have a link that'll take you into our MetriCast section of our website, and you can get a lot more information about what we publish. I'd also add that we use the MetriStar data, the customer sentiment and business success data, as part of something we published called MetriRank. So we published our MetriRank report earlier for CCaaS, and that combines the customer view with the market view. So we're looking at things like market strength, financial strength, growth in the organization, and we publish our Metro rank as a ranking of providers in that space. So we published our CCaaS one a few weeks ago. We'll publish our workplace collaboration one in the near future. So please come to our website, metrigy.com, take a look, and feel free to reach out to me at Erwin@metrigy.com is the easiest way to get in touch with me, Beth as well. And we look forward if you have any additional questions or want more info about our MetriStar programs, as well as our MetriCast market forecasting service.
And I think that's a great place to end us on, Erwin. Thank you so much for sharing all of those details about MetriStar and MetriCast. As Erwin said, we really do welcome everybody to visit us at metrigy.com. Check out the workplace collaboration, research, the MetriCast program, as well as all of our research on CX and AI and beyond. As always, we're happy to hear from you, so feel free to reach out to us directly, Erwin.Lazar at metrigy.com, as he said. I'm Beth Schultz, Beth.Schultz at metrigy.com, and you can just use the contact button on the Metrigy website as well, or reach out to us at research@metrigy.com. So, folks, that is all for now. On behalf of Erwin and all of the Metrigy team, goodbye till next time, and take care, everybody.